said out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding.
Here too, or
No.
So you go the same day?
Yes.
That's all I need to know. Get your passport.
And the exact opposite is true for Black women.
You're a victim.
As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year.
Nigga, what?
Just a couple months ago, she was talking about how women need to go to sperm banks to have children.
Oh, really?
Because of the quality of men that's not available for them.
That single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because Black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests.
Now, a couple months later, it seems like her tune has changed.
No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger Black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated Black men is so low when compared to Black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men.
Women are already targeting the same pool of men. But what Black women have to understand is that you have a history of going for the wrong type of men. You like the bad boys, which they call the Pookies and Ray Rays. And I understand that part because they give you more excitement in your life. They make life a lot more interesting, which is something that the nice guy doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that you need dysfunctionality and chaos in life in order for you to feel alive. The nice guy is always adjusting. So Black women, you actually like the bad type of dude. So when Ebony is talking about we're trying to share the same successful guys, you're not. Other race of women are going for the good Black guys because Black women are already overlooking them.
And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 Black women students for every 1 Black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young Black woman in college, and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because a handful of Black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too. Y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older.
Once again, it's shrinking as you get older. It's because there's not a small pool of good Black men. There's actually a big pool of Black men. But when it comes to the dating side, Black women, you choose to have children with the lower pool. That when it comes to the big pool of Black men that are out there, they're going to other race of women. But you also have situations where decent Black men get in relationships with Black women, but Black women drain their souls so much trying to get them to act like the Pookies and Ray Rays that it actually sends a man off. And that's where baby daddies are created. Now, I have to say, there are a lot of guys out there that when they have children, yes, they do run away from the child, but not as much as women get in relationships, have children, and running the man off. Every Black man that I've met that had kids have always loved their children more than everything. And you rarely see a Black man who does not want to be a father in the household. You have a lot of guys who are not the father simply because of the mother having the Black widow effect, which means as soon as she has the child, she turned into another woman and then she ran the man off. That's what's really happening here. When it comes to good Black men, it's a lot of them out there and it's a large pool, but I just don't think Black women are programmed to identify these guys.
And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
She has to understand that majority of the time, the black women are making all the decisions. You're gonna come across the good guy, you're gonna come across the bad guy, you're gonna come across the medium guy in between, but you have a history of showing exactly the type of guy that you want to be with. Now, I'm going to play another clip of a black woman that's responding to Ebony, and this black woman is the exact reason why black men are not getting it and black men have walked away. Attention to this.
Speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men.
Don't listen to what this woman is saying. Go get drunk or something. In college, I was passed out off 2 Four Locos and a stomach full of E&J because I couldn't even afford no real liquor, let alone it's only a couple of black college-educated men. That's their mammy fault. That don't have nothing to do with women. Why, as women, we gotta confine? And because it's 7 women to 1 man, I'm gay anyway. Marriage in college, these niggas can't even afford a ring. But continue. They should have had me up on a news anchor. Y'all gonna regret not being a hoe in college. You go to college.
A pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD.
I was barely getting a degree. I was barely getting the degree. When they said C's getting degrees, that was me. And I know that's a lot of my friends. I know there's a lot of college students. I could barely get to the 8 a.m. class. I could barely get some financial aid. I could barely get some housing. I could barely get an education. And you want me to simultaneously worry about a man and getting married and being a wife when financial aid can't even give me a fucking loan? And then these men that you speak of in college, do they have enough money to sustain a marriage? Can they put me up in a house? They can't even put me up in a dorm. I had to sneak into the child. What's the next part?
And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not...
When you get to college, you're all of 18. When you graduate college on time, you all of 23, 22. Talking about married 40 and you still not put up. So you get on Beyonce's internet telling people to get married in college when these niggas don't even have no money after they get the degree.
They don't care about building families anymore. Everybody just want to have fun and be out for themselves. So while men are walking away from relationships, women are actually celebrating the fact to be liberated. Ebony Williams a couple months ago was talking that talk. Hey, just go to sperm banks. But they're realizing this stuff doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to go to a sperm bank and get a baby father who is a guy who just needed $10 for that day. So he went into a sperm bank, looked at a magazine, does what he normally do, but this time he got paid to actually please himself. And you're going inside of a sperm bank saying, this is going to be the father of my child. You're better off just going to the club. It don't make any sense, Ebony. Now she's changing her tune because she done went up in that bank and she done seen, hey, it ain't what it is anymore. But now she's trying to change women like this. No, this is what black women have created. You have created the Shakanas. You have created the Sexy Reds. These are your role models now. The same way the little babies and the rappers are the role models for the men. This is designed to keep you vibrating low, population control. Now you're just pretty much running yourself into a wall. It's a genocidal mindset that people are having. Self-destruct. Everybody is so nervous and everybody is so stressed out that sex is going up because people want pleasure. You want pleasure to cover up the stress that you're going through in your life that's based around a whole bunch of confusion of how life is supposed to be. Everybody truly wants to be happy in modern society. Everybody wants to be in love. You want to go out to eat. You want to have companionship. You want to build families. But we're in a position now where people are overthinking these thoughts. Now it's almost impossible for people to be in a relationship because there's millions of ways to be in a relationship that people have taken on. So now they're aiming for perfection. If the relationship isn't perfect to their emotion, then it's not worth being in. This is what it is, ladies and gents. It's pretty much over. The best thing for a man to do is to find a dream. Too many guys that don't have a dream is seeking love, but love is seeking men with a dream. That's the difference. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.